Welcome to Blacker Than Black times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy. Alongside me, as always, Kronos and Blue.
Your boy Blue here.
What's going on?
This is the debut podcast for Blacker Than Black times Infinity. Podcast number 0, right?
Oh, this will probably be 0-0. If it makes it out, then it'll be 0.
Double motherfucking 0. I think to start it all off, we should probably introduce ourselves, give our credentials in the geek world and life. Let's start it off, Kronos, and tell a little bit about yourself.
All right, my name is Kronos. I've been doing computer work since I was basically in high school. I joined the military, and I've just been doing computer work really ever since. Right now, I'm in data storage, so... yeah, it's a lot of fun, extra nerdy stuff. I game a lot. I got a shitload of trophies. On the PS4. I used to be a PC gamer, but all my damn friends, including Prodigy here, got me into console gaming.
That's right.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. It's all right. That's enough for now. Go ahead, Blue.
All right, let's do it.
Well, let's see. I came from a pretty nice gaming world. Started with Nintendo, worked my way up through Sega, PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation fanboy now.
Ooh.
Currently being a black man out of work, trying to look for a job. So anybody out there hiring,
that's extra cultural.
Doesn't matter what he does, just hire him.
Yeah, exactly. So cultural.
Yeah, I'm a jack of all trades. I've worked everywhere. I've worked from in a hospital field, working with kids, taking pictures. No, that didn't sound right. Yeah.
God damn.
Used to be a school photographer.
FBI,
how about that?
FBI, anybody?
Then come busting through the window.
Good shit.
Yeah,
good shit.
that's it. What
Nice.
about you?
Well, so first of all, nobody download Blue's mixtape. It's awful. It's
what,
awful.
dude? My stuff is on fire.
Or it could be fire. You never know. I'm Cthulhu's Prodigy. You'll also hear me known as Prodigy. Coming out of the West Coast, straight up in Cali. I do all kinds of go to all kinds of cons. I'm a con addict. Taking photography at cons. Got a lot of cosplay friends. Definitely on that PS4. Definitely on that PS3. And a Sony fanboy. Hardcore through and through. And loving all types of anime. All types of comic books. Kronos over here. I'm going to do a segue. He got me on those Image comics, man. Oh my god!
Gotta read some of that saga.
We all grew up being Marvel fanboys. I mean, back in the days of early '90s, late '80s, with X-Men doing their thing and Wolverine.
I might have read a little bit of Image because when Spawn came out,
true,
but that's kind of later.
Yeah,
so.
But oh my god, though.
See, I was a DC fanboy though. I never read a Marvel comic book ever.
Wow.
Ever.
Okay.
Okay. I got a bunch of it for you, man.
I seen the cartoons though. I was all about that X-Men on Fox in the morning.
X-Men
It was
so
all about
incredible.
Rogue's ass.
It was. Apocalypse wanted to destroy it. But here's my thing, though. Image right now, and we could just dive on in. Saga.
Yeah.
God damn, Saga is so fucking good.
Yeah,
now,
one of the best comic books
if we were a legitimate podcast, we'd probably list like all of the writers and illustrators and whatnot for Saga right off the top of your head. Kronos is looking around like he's going to look some of that up so we can give you some details, but I'm going to freestyle it right now. Here's the thing. It's the story of sci-fi alien awesomeness going on. The writer is
Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples.
There we go. Look at that, right on cue.
Nice.
It's a monthly by Image Comics.
So wait, what is it about? Because I've never read it.
Oh, okay. So how do you explain it?
Yeah,
I mean, you have alien races, one with the horns and one with the wings, and they've been in a civil war for years and years and years. And I think the ones with the horns are on the moon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
and the ones with the wings, the Moonies.
Yeah.
And the ones with the wings are on a planet.
Yeah, I forget what they're called.
There are also freelance bounty hunters in there that are complete fucking badasses.
And there's a whole bunch of other different races too that could be potential badasses, but I know the Moonies, the guy with the horns, they have fucking crazy weapons. Like they have those swords that can slash through like anything.
Yeah.
They're not lightsabers, don't get me wrong. They're lightsabers.
No.
I compare this comic actually to Star Wars.
With a little Mass Effect in there, too.
Yeah. I mean, if they were to make this into a movie or a TV show, I think it could be as good or better than Star Wars. And yeah, I said it because it's that fucking good.
Yeah. And here's my favorite thing about it. It's not rated T for fucking teen like most Marvel or DC comics. This is an adult, mature fucking comic with titties. All kinds of motherfucking titties.
Though the first page is it's a kid getting shot out of some vag. So it's
what the hell?
God damn, man. Chick's totally naked. I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck? So caught my attention.
And the trade paperback has no fucking ads. Yeah. How brilliant is that? We want to see more of this, Marvel and DC.
Actually, none of their comics have ads. So I haven't picked up an Image comic yet that's had ads, but I've obviously haven't read them all. But
not even in the beginning or in the end, there's no ads?
No ads whatsoever.
Savior, East of West, Saga, and The Empty, I think those are all Image.
Yeah.
And none of them have ads.
Yeah. It's nice. Ridiculously fun to see that. It's a complete book. It's basically a trade paperback, and you can go from start to finish, no ads. You're engrossed in the story. Okay. It's such an expansive universe. I'm loving everything about it. I'm only on volume 2 so far, but definitely by next week I'll have volume 3 and probably 4 finished up.
3's right here.
There you go. Oh, and I did pick it up at my local comic shop. By the way, support your local comic shops, y'all.
So wait, if there's no ads in it, what's the price on the books?
So the trade paperback, I think it was like $20. Oh, it's $15.
$15,
so
even cheaper.
That's not bad.
It's a fucking
and it's
steal.
it's pretty. Looking at it from here, it's pretty thick. It's not like a simple comic book that you go pick up. This looks like it's at least like 100 pages easily.
That's actually, it's a collection of a bunch of comics. I think it's like 1 through 5 or something like that. So, but I'm caught up. I'm on the monthlies now. The trade paperbacks, I know, like when we were kids, we didn't have trade paperbacks per se. We had to buy them one by one.
Speak for yourself. You're an old fuck.
Yeah, but now they condense them all into one comic. Which, if you're not a real collector, it's great because you can get into the story. You don't have to worry about the value of comics. So I don't really give a fuck about the value of comics. So.
No, I just want to read good stories. That's the whole point.
So I just opened up the comic book saga, this is this is volume 3, and there's a chick with 8 eyes, and her titties are showing.
There you go.
Like, bam.
On page 1. If that doesn't sell you, I don't know what else will. Other thing,
and the word she's saying is howdy. Yeah. Like she's walking me to the comic book. Like, hey, Danny, read more of this.
Got them titties.
Yeah. And what's so fantastic? To go back to Saga or to go back to Image, East of West is also another epic Image comic that, of course, Kronos got me into. Here's the great thing about that. I'll sell it to you really quickly.
Preach.
Here it is. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse have returned. There's only 3 of them, though, because Death is on a fucking rampage to get his old lady back.
Well, he got fucked. He's on revenge because something happened to him. He got fucked up. I still don't know what happened. I'm caught up.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to him in the past, but somebody fucked him up, and he's out for revenge.
Yeah, so. and the entire United States is all kind of into this alternative history. You have Native American tribes ruling some of the United States.
They're like the most badass.
The Shanghai, New Shanghai. It looks like it's just above the Golden Gate Bridge in the San Francisco area. Yeah. You have a Louisiana area that seems like it's run by African or Caribbean tribes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much going on here. The authors, who we should be able to give you as well in just a second, they do such a creative, fun job of telling a complex story with a lot of badass killing, still some titties, and fun, again, in a graphic novel form.
Brutal killings, by the way. I mean, people get really fucked up. So I only have the last names. It's Hickman, Dragotta, and Martin.
There you go.
Everybody, I don't know, if you're a super comic book nerd, you're going to know their first names. Yep. I don't, because I'm just getting into it. So
yeah, pick those 2 up, starting right off the bat with some recommendations that will knock your fucking socks off. In terms of comics,
just be aware though is that when I got in the East of West, I talked to my local comic book guy. I wanted to get subscribed to it, and he pulled out a card. They're still using fucking cards to do subscriptions, which is hilarious to me. They have a computer, but anyway, I look at my card and there's only one person on there other than me for the subscription. So that's one of the reasons why I want to get more folks into this. But the main reason why there's only one other person on that list is because I guess when the comic first started, that like the first 2 or 3 months they were a monthly and they came out on time. Then 3 months went by and there was no comic, and then I heard there was something like almost 6 months went by with no comic, and they finally came out with another one. But since I've caught up, the past 3 or 4 monthlies have been on time, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be on schedule now. It's a fucking great comic. Support them.
And I'll just say one other quick thing about Image. Not that we're all up on their fucking dicks, but Dick Ride and Image. But I believe they're really good to their creators, the creators and writers and artists that make the comics. It's supposed to be owned and operated by the people who make the comics.
Oh, that's good.
And they're right out of Berkeley. By the way, we're coming to you live from the Stack. also in the Bay Area, Northern California. So it's local, it's around the way, but it's an awesome chain of comics. Now let's really get into it, though. Let's back up a little bit, because they don't even know our fucking comic credentials or our history or anything.
Yeah.
Like, why should we listen to you guys?
Yeah, why the fuck should we care that you guys are talking about Saga and East of West? We mentioned briefly that Blue has his start with DC Comics, and he's a super Batman fanboy.
Super.
Let me tell you how much of a Batman fanboy. When I helped this man move, there were nothing but goddamn Batman symbols all over the fucking boxes of his furniture and fucking books and everything else in his house.
Nothing in the boxes.
Nothing in the boxes, but this mofo took the time with a Sharpie to make the Batman symbol, and that's dedication.
I had to do something, man, because I hate packing. It's the worst thing ever.
There we go.
Why pack when you have friends, right?
There you go.
But I'm glad you didn't mention the whole vanilla scented bags.
No, that's my fucking life. So the other thing he had when we were moving is vanilla scented bags, trash bags. God damn it! It was so fucking weird to me, but I swear to God, I use those shits every fucking day now.
I use the lavender ones.
There you go.
Dude, they're only $1
because you want your trash to smell good.
You know what I
mean? There it is.
Pinky up.
But back on comics. So I grew up definitely into X-Men #1. First and foremost. Wolverine was one of my favorite. By the way, I'm just going to do a weird shout out right now. I'm such a Wolverine fan traditionally from the late 80s and early 90s. I named my fucking kid Logan.
Yeah.
That's it.
And his middle name is Jedi.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a true fucking story.
Yeah, it's a true fucking story. Insight.
Then what's your daughter's name?
Reese Artemis. Now, Artemis I got, going back to the DC stuff, from watching Young Justice, which I was super fucking late on. I waited until after they canceled it, after the end of season 2.
The other reason why they canceled it because they didn't have enough watchers. You should have been there from the get-go.
That wasn't a thing. From what I read, is that they said they had too many young female watchers, and I'm like, bitch, those are still eyeballs.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you going to discriminate on people that are watching the show?
Exactly, but it was so well written. I still want a season 3. I still want to know what happens, but I don't think we'll have it. But I love the character Artemis, and I'm not a big fan of archers. As a whole.
Yeah, no, he's not.
We will certainly get into this deeper and deeper, but not a big fan of the bow and arrows and those shooters. But love that character. Named my daughter after her. But Danny's super into Batman. Is everybody caught up or still reading Batman Eternal?
I finished it, dude.
Piece, man.
Yeah, you finished it.
Finished it.
Finished volume 1 or volume 2?
Wait, there's volume 2?
Yeah, there's volume 2.
I read 52 comics.
Okay.
So
I think you might have finished the whole goddamn thing then.
Okay, yeah, I did then.
That is impressive, my friend.
Yeah.
Holy
it was a good read, man. It was a good-ass read. The ending was like, whoa, did that shit really just happen?
Yeah. No, we're not going to spoil shit for you, by the way, on here, but we will recommend the hell out of some fucking comics.
Like, if it's something that's not recent and it's been a long time, we're going to spoil the shit out of that.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
It's like a time present.
Getting into spoilers then? Okay. So, how many years ago did Civil War end for Marvel?
Oh, yeah, it's just been a while.
7, 8 years, something like that. We could actually look it up and fact check our own shit while we're talking. Yeah. But I'm just going to freestyle it and say it was 7, 8 years ago. So of course, like a Mr. fucking late, I read it. What was it? 2 months ago? Because Kronos let me borrow it. The whole time I'm sitting there reading it. Where's the fucking Hulk? Where's the goddamn Hulk? Not putting 2 and 2 together that Planet Hulk is going on at the same time because I'm fucking late.
It shows how much of a true Hulk fan you are. You know where the fuck he is. You don't read his comics.
Oh, wait a minute. I knew Planet Hulk. I know. Shots fired. I knew Planet Hulk. I just didn't have the timeline right. And how disrespectful, Marvel, to not mention the Hulk in your Civil War comic.
I heard him off of the fucking planet. Like,
that was disrespectful too.
No, but he's not gonna be like, oh, where's the Hulk? Like, he's gonna come down and be happy with him.
Someone
he's gonna Hulk the fuck out and kick their ass.
Someone should have said, you know what? This fight would be a whole lot easier if we had the fucking Hulk.
If we hadn't pissed the Hulk off.
Yeah, there you go. The whole time I was reading it thinking.
But I heard for the movie franchise that they're going to do a Planet Hulk. Like, Hulk's not going to be in Civil War.
So it keeps going back and forth. The rumor mill is going fast and furious, no pun intended, when it comes to whether there will be a true Planet Hulk or whether Hulk will be in Civil War. But that brings me to another great topic, though. I mean, everybody here obviously saw Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yeah, it was Avengers 2, goddammit. It wasn't.
Oh, there we go.
There was no fucking Kitty Pryde. There was no Wolverine.
Yeah.
So they can go fuck themselves.
So, like true geeky-ass otaku nerds, of course we read Avengers Age of Ultron, the actual comic. And we're disappointed in the fact that This had no relation to that comic whatsoever because of licensing rights, right?
But it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't a bad movie, right? I mean, they should have just called it Avengers 2 and made up some other name.
Yep.
You can't call a comic book movie after a comic book that already came out and have nothing to do with that comic that you're referencing.
They should have called it Here's Ultron.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the fact that Tony Stark and Dr. Bruce Banner are playing the role of mad scientists. They're actually not mad scientists. Tony is an extremely impressive and intelligent engineer. I'll give him that. And definitely into robotics. But he didn't make Ultron. As you already know,
yeah.
Hank Pym made Ultron.
Which if they would have, made Ant-Man, I won't say correctly because obviously it's one of the versions of Ant-Man, but they could have done Ant-Man before Age of Ultron and then introduced Hank Pym as Ant-Man.
Well, it's funny. There's the internet meme going out there saying that Ant-Man was in Avengers 2. He just that he was so small you couldn't see him.
There you go.
Womp, womp.
But yeah, overall, Age of Ultron, the movie, was very good. I enjoyed quite a few things about it. I mean, I didn't like the fact that they actually didn't say Scarlet Witch or Quicksilver.
Yeah, somebody tried to argue with me about that and tried to say, well, they didn't really need to. I'm like, well, yeah, they did because, they're obviously fucking mutants.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, they're not mutants now.
Oh, they're Inhumans. Quote, unquote. I'm doing the quote sign.
Air quotes.
Well, no. If they were really Inhumans, it'd have to be exposed to the Terrigen mist or whatever.
Yeah.
You guys probably know about that shit. Yeah.
I know. Well, they have it. They've been toying that around on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. They have Inhumans coming in, and like one of the girls on the show is an Inhuman.
Okay. Well, they're changing the stories now to fit the movies, which they change stories all the time with comics.
It happens.
I'm okay with that, but I don't like it when they change the movie over a story that's already been told in comics.
Well, how about Black Widow and my main man, the Hulk, and that love story? Holy fuck! I didn't like that.
I could have done without that as well.
Yeah, I didn't like that worth a shit. All of a sudden, she's able to do lullabies and shit, but they don't know what the fuck to do with Black Widow. That's the real key. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. I don't know why people on the internet and all over the media don't seem to grasp this simple fucking concept. The Avengers is really the story of just 4 superheroes. Captain America, Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's the big fucking 4.
Black Widow and
Hawkeye
are really secondary.
Yeah, they're extras.
It would be like talking about Maria Christina Hill or Nick Fury. By the way, on a side note, my fucking kid, was only 4 years old, was able to recite the name of Maria Christina Hill, who's the pretty brunette from Avengers, and I think she's made some cameos in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Tripped me the fuck out, man. This little boy has watched way too much Avengers and Marvel shit, but I love it.
He will tell you all about those comics too.
There we go.
He'll pull you aside, like, hey, what you know about the Hulk?
Exactly.
That's why he's awesome.
Yeah, but great movie all the way around. Few nitpicky things about it, but holy shit, I can't wait for Infinity Wars. I really can't, man. I
can't wait to see Thanos. That's like my favorite villain before, when I was a kid. So,
oh yeah. Now, is anybody else a little bit nervous that they're going to fuck up his whole relationship with Death? I'm nervous about that.
Yeah, because it's super weird. It's fucking creepy. So
it is. It's creepy. It's dank. But you know what it is? It separates Thanos from all other supervillains, including Apocalypse and Brainiac or anybody else, because Thanos does shit. I don't know if you guys know in the fucking internet webs or wherever the fuck you're listening to us, the real history of Thanos. Thanos does everything he does, including getting the Infinity Gems, the power stuff, all for not Lady Death, Mistress Death.
Well, if you
so he does it for love.
Yeah, and if you want to see the depths of his depravity and how fucking crazy he is, pick up Thanos Rising.
There you go.
That really explains this whole backstory in a really, really good way.
And he is extra thirsty.
Does Deathpool hook up with Lady Death?
Yeah, so there's some really good old comics if you really want to go back, all about the jealousy, the love triangle between Deadpool and Thanos and Mistress Death.
Oh, damn.
And actually, Thanos, because a lot of people don't know this, he did get them draws. He really did. He tapped Death's ass. You talk about some thirstiness. You talk about some wooing. If you're going to woo something, woo an eternal, non-living, non-dead entity.
Well, you know, the thing that's kind of cool that most people probably don't know is that Drax the Destroyer is he's sort of like the avatar of life.
Yep.
Just like how Thanos is the avatar of death. So look to see Drax get way stronger. Well, I hope if they do the movie right, get way stronger for the Infinity Wars. So
the only thing that they had going on with him in Guardians of the Galaxy was that incredible literal sense of humor. Not even a sense of humor where he took everything literally. Yeah. That was a nice take, but he is a fucking badass, and I hope they showcase that more.
That's literally how he talks.
Exactly. Yeah, I will say, going to Guardians, I loved everything about that movie. That movie came out of fucking nowhere, because I'm going to confess, there are literally 1% of 1% of the comic book nerd boy fans had even actually heard of Guardians before this.
Well, they were in, the Infinity Wars, but it wasn't like...
They weren't prominent.
Yeah, they weren't very popular. So it was nice to see him pulling obscurity out of the dust.
You know what they were like? Just like in that scene, when he talks about, I'm Star-Lord, man. Who? Yeah. That's how most people fucking were. Because it came out of kind of left field. Now, I love the story. I love how they incorporated Groot, who was amazing, and Rocket, and Gamora. Who Gamora, actually, I do dig. I dig her quite a bit. She has a dank-ass backstory, especially with Thanos. And Nebula, of course, too.
Yeah, I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was going to be a horrible movie because I had no clue of who the hell they were. Yep. But once I saw it, I was like, this is a damn good movie.
It was a fucking brilliant movie.
It was a great family movie, too.
It really
bring your kids out to have a good laugh. See a hot chick, all in red.
There you go. And what's the name?
Was she in green?
Gamora was green. Okay. And that was Avatar. What's her face? Zoe
Saldana.
Yeah, Zoe Saldana.
You said Avatar. I was all confused.
Well, she was in Avatar. Yeah. And that ass, though. And I mean, it's not a super thick ass, but it's a delicious one.
It was an alien ass. What are you talking about? We're talking about Avatar or the real person?
Well, I'm talking about Zoe. Yeah.
Now you're talking about that 7-foot booty.
Yeah, actually,
I forgot because she was all CGI'd.
She was CGI'd out, but I could still smell that ass. I will say this: I don't know if anybody out there really understands, but I feel like in 2015, ass eating is at an all-time high. Do you guys feel about it? There's so many songs about it. There's like 4.
Me and Prodigy went to the good old state of Louisiana over the weekend.
I got to hear about this.
Wedding.
Y'all ain't from around here.
Yeah, from around here. We didn't hear any of that. There was no real hickey type person that I saw.
No.
I was expecting to see some old redneck, with some
overalls,
ripped
overalls,
with a fucking alligator,
no shirt on.
Shit.
Yep.
Looking at us funny, talking, we're not from around here. But no,
Squeal like a pig.
Yeah, it was all good. But anyway, there was a song that kept coming on the radio, and one of the lyrics was a chick saying, "Eat this booty like groceries." I was like, God damn. And
they play that here.
Yeah, they do play
that. Yeah, they play that here.
About Supposed to Be?
Supposed to Be with Amarion.
Yeah.
That shit, right.
That chick's actually pretty hot, though, that sings that part.
Hot. She's hot.
Yeah, but I would never eat no booty. not like no groceries.
But nobody was talking about eating booty in the 90s or even early 2000s. This is a new thing.
They took the booty phenomenon too far, which it didn't run out of style for me, but I guess for some folks it did. And now they're just taking it to the next level. You don't have to eat you don't have to eat the booty like groceries.
You really don't.
You don't eat the poo-poo.
Yeah. But it is, again, all-time high going on right now in terms of booty eating, or at least talking about booty eating. I don't get it. I'll confess that. But maybe I'm just an old fuck, or we're all old fucks. Who knows?
Well, we already are. There's shit we don't get. The shit that it's not that we totally don't understand it. It's just that it's fucking stupid to us.
Yeah.
So we're still in the state of relevancy where shit makes we can understand it,
yes,
but it doesn't mean we have to like it.
There you go.
Our parents, like when the internet came around, they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We haven't hit that point yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Get off the phone.
Like when my daughter watches PewDiePie. Oh God! I don't fucking PewDiePie. What the fuck? I don't get that shit. But I mean, I understand what he's doing. I understand Minecraft is a shitty game.
Yeah,
but kids love it.
8-bit game.
Yeah,
I watched him. I watched PewDiePie a few times, but I like watching him play with the Oculus Rift and watch him play scary games. Because there's one episode where he's playing like the scary ass game, and like there's a creepy scene that comes up, and his girlfriend touches him on the shoulder, and he just fucking freaks out here.
Wow. But going back to Louisiana and our trip out there, have you guys ever seen a grown man get fucking bitch slapped right in front of you?
Oh yeah.
So I'm at my buddy's wedding
twice.
Yeah, having a great ass time, and this chick falls down the fucking stairs. You know, everybody was like,
wait,
are
was
you
she
okay?
fat?
No, she wasn't that fat.
Oh, okay.
No, she wasn't fat. She was actually pretty fit. She falls down the fucking stairs. Everybody's, gasping and looking at her like, are you okay? And she gets up, obviously a little embarrassed. I don't know what
maybe a little tipsy.
Yeah, maybe a little fucking
I'm not going to say
gone.
maybe because we verified later she was drunk.
She was drunk as fuck. Looks at her man. They say something back and forth to each other. It seemed not too hostile. And then she reached back and fucking pimp slaps the shit out of this motherfucker. And I got quiet as fuck. I was like, holy shit.
So I'm gonna down.
Yeah, I sat down. I sat down and was quiet and turned around and didn't say shit. She did it fucking again.
Damn.
Never saw those two the rest of the evening.
What would you rate her pimp hand
Her
game?
pimp hand game was at least a 9.
Damn.
I mean, it wasn't a backhand, like that would have been real pimp shit, but she reached back like a pimp and slapped that hoe.
It was greater than or equal to way strong.
Yeah, so if you ever see someone get pimp slapped, I mean, check on the motherfucker. Is everybody okay? Don't be like my bitch ass and be like, ooh, I'm going to shut the fuck up. You know?
I think the funniest part about this story is that we had to verify the next day, right?
Yep.
So we had our buddy call her, and she said she was so drunk she didn't remember. And then she asked the guy that she slapped, because apparently they were together.
Yep.
And he said he didn't remember either. And I was like, that's a defeated man right there.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows he got fucking slapped. The taste probably hasn't returned to his mouth yet. Slapped fucking remember. I
slapped the testosterone out of his fucking body.
Right? Balls receded back into him.
He sits down when he pees now.
There you go.
It's all bad.
Yeah. The other thing in Louisiana that I just wanted to briefly mention, holy fucking shit.
Fucking rain?
Yeah, well, the rain was fucking ridiculous, but we went to our first Louisiana vampire bar.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that shit was kind of fucking
Was
dank.
Bill Compton there?
Yeah, we were looking for Vampire Bill. I think I did get glamored, because I have some bite marks, but they're on my inner thigh.
Oh, well, that's the way they do it down there.
Dank as fuck. We did like the French Quarter and Bourbon Street, of course,
Dirty as fuck.
but it was dirty. I mean, holy fucking shit. Can there be any more fucking cow manure or vomit or piss or blood on the streets?
Yeah, well, you know what I don't get is that they have like, what do you call it, like sewage lines and all that shit, and fucking what do you call it shit with a
drainage?
Yeah, but like it hardly ever works.
Yeah,
it's like what the fuck? I can see
like
the
backed
drainage
up and
there,
shit.
Yeah,
but like there's still sewage, coming out of it. I mean, everybody can smell that.
Yep.
The hell?
You guys want to clean that out or some shit?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not real.
Yeah.
We're just gonna let it fill with vomit and piss. And shame.
That's gross.
How about the fact that it rained 2 or 3 times while we were down there, and it still didn't wash away the fucking stank?
Yeah, this is the fucking craziest rain ever. So we're driving, right? Well, I'm actually the one who was driving. And it started raining like normal. We're in California. We've been in a drought for a while, and we haven't seen real rain in a while. So we're driving. A little bit of rain comes down. I'm like, no big deal. And then all of a sudden, I look at the distance, and it looks like really bad fucking graphics. Like it was like 8-bit or something. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It was a fucking wall of water.
Yeah.
And we hit that shit, and I had to this is the first time I really had to really, really slow down because I couldn't see fucking shit. We might as well have been a fucking submarine, all right?
Yep.
And within 10 minutes, the fucking streets are flooding. Like they start to flood.
Oh damn!
And it rains for a good 30 minutes. Like thunder, lightning, all kinds of fucking rain. And then it just stops out of nowhere.
Yeah.
An hour later, it was all gone. Like nothing fucking happened. Like the streets were dry. It was the craziest shit I ever seen.
And when it hit the car, I shut the fuck up again. Just like from that slap.
Yeah, that shit was angry.
Yeah. So,
sit down and shut up while grown folks are talking.
Exactly. Why don't we get into fucking games? Because I mean, what's everybody playing right now?
Oh man,
Lou, start it off.
I'm doing an indie game right now that download off the PSN network.
Which one?
It's called Dust.
Ooh,
so you're like this little, I'm not sure if he's like a rat or a rabbit character, but he's kind of like a samurai, and he gets his sword that talks, and he has like this little flying like bat creature, and he's just going around like just fucking shit up with the sword. It's a really dope game. It's a pretty good game. I mean, it was free, so
2D side scroller.
Oh yeah, so 2D, 2D side scroller.
Okay,
yeah.
Right. That's right.
Got a little bit of a puzzle into there. Like you have to do certain combos to reach up to reach a ledge that's higher up. But
any titties in there? Or?
No.
8-bit titties.
Yeah. What? Some shit. It's not 8-bit. It's pretty good graphics, but it's just a side scroller. Okay. It reminds me of Dungeon and Dragon.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So that type of game.
The last really good, just to go off on a tangent, the last really good titties I've seen in a game might have been God of War 3.
Oh yeah, those are pretty good.
Yeah, sure. Greek firm titties.
Yeah.
Kronos, what are you playing?
So I was playing Axiom Verge. So if you like a Metroid or Super Metroid or any of their Metroids, play that game. It's super retro. I say retro. To me, it's not retro. I mean, I fucking used to play the original Metroid. So, but it follows the same type of Metroid style gameplay, and it's 8-bit, so it's really fucking fun to play. And you can hack stuff and like go through shit. It's really fun. But I actually just started playing Destiny again.
Ooh, nice.
And so just to kind of catch up to it, get the House of Wolves.
House of Wolves, yeah.
That's a DLC.
Yeah. Well, I got the season pass, so
nice.
Just get into it, and then I just got the Borderlands game for the PS4.
Oh, awesome! So we'll get on there for co-op.
Yeah, we can replay that shit again, get some more trophies. Trophy horn.
Gotta let me know when you're on Destiny so I can jump on with you. I haven't played in a while.
Yeah, I'll let you know. They introduced a lot of new things that extend the gameplay. You played it too, right?
Yeah, of course. Well, not just DLC.
Okay, well, even with I think you don't think you need the DLC for what I'm talking about. So what they did was, remember how before you had to fucking farm parts like helium fucking filaments with like my vein? So now you can actually buy them. So you can either do it through Crucible Marks, which is the multiplayer gameplay, or the competitive multiplayer, like P versus P, or you can do it through Vanguard Marks, which is P versus E.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, you might want to give some definitions just for the non-otakus out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I said, play versus enemy.
Okay, all right, there we go.
Play versus player.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, so you can buy that stuff now. So nice. You can get like 10 marks. I think you can get 20 of each one of the different kind of things you need. And they also had it to where when you get exotic armor or guns, you can go back to Xur.
Not to be confused with erotic gear.
No,
okay,
it's
all right.
definitely not erotic.
Because if it was giant purple dildo bats like in Saints Row the Third.
I wish. That would be so good.
There you go.
That should be in the game, though. It'd be a cool ass.
Everybody needs a giant purple dildo bat because that shit is so fucking powerful. If you haven't played Saints Row the Third, go back and play that shit.
Yeah, that game was a shit.
Dank as fuck.
Yeah. They one-upped GTA until GTA 5 came out. And then now 5's back on top.
Oh, yeah. Let me go back to something, though. When we say trophy whoring, at least my definition, and maybe everybody has their own fucking definitions, but it's doing things that you're a little bit ashamed of, all in the name of getting one of those awesome PSN trophies. Like, I've played some games that I fucking hated.
Well, I'll tell you one. The worst one that I did for trophy whoring was a game, and I fucking hate cats, all right? I fucking hate cats. But I paid $5 for a game on the PS Vita where it was a cat game, and if you left it on for 15 minutes, you got I think you got something like 9 trophies.
Damn.
And 2 of them were golds.
God damn.
So
that is trophy whoring. Yeah.
At its finest.
Yeah.
And it's called Abs Animals if anybody wants to get it.
Well,
all you gotta do is
awful.
Get the game, just set it down for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and then boom, trophies are done.
You know what? That sounds so awful. What we should do is broadcast that on Twitch, us playing it while we do our next podcast.
Yeah.
So we can see what kind of level of trophy whoring you have done.
Well, somebody else, you guys both have Vitas, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so you guys can bring it. You guys don't have it, right?
I don't have it, but we can download
get it and get some fucking trophies. Man.
All right, but I want to broadcast it so our listeners can really see.
Yeah.
By the way, you will find us on Twitch and on Twitter and on the interwebs of Facebook and YouTube, all very, very soon. This is podcast number 00, so
still wet behind the ears.
Yeah, we're gonna get with the times, us old fucks over here. In terms of me for playing games right now, I'm actually in a weird place. I picked up Borderlands, the prequel, Handsome Jack collection, along with Borderlands 2. I'm working my way through both of those games. I love fucking Borderlands. Here's my thing. All games should have fucking co-op, in my opinion. It's just a beautiful thing. I love getting online with 13-year-olds talking shit and using the N-word. And
let me pause that real quick. When it says going on, this is what's weird for me. So I used to play on the Xbox, and that is the worst fucking online experience ever. Oh my god! I just want to reach through the goddamn computer or the Xbox and just strangle some kids, man.
Voice cracking.
The N-bomb so fucking quick. If they were to see me in real life, they would literally sit down.
And piss themselves. Because you a big motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. I would fuck a little kid up. So if they call me the N-word, or some shit like that, but they would just let it fly like it's fucking normal because they haven't grown up at a time to where, obviously they don't live around anybody that's black, because they would have been fucked up. They would just said it once and gotten fucked up.
And at the same time, I will say this: I like the fact that the internet with playing games is completely free and uncensored. I don't want any censorship going on ever with online playing, but I do like people being booted if they get too abusive and harassing people online, because I've been called quite a few fucked up things as well.
But I can dish it out though.
There you go. Yeah, but I'm playing Borderlands. I love that. I also got to make a strong recommendation for Dying Light. Dying Light is basically Dead Island, but a good version that actually works.
That game made me rage quit.
Oh, I hated Dead Island, but Dying Light is 4-player co-op, fucking up zombies, all in the Middle East. Great story.
Oh, nice.
Good game. It's been out for a little while now, so you can probably pick it up used for probably under $30.
Yeah.
Fun title. I love it. That's all I'm really playing. Oh, except for I picked up on my Vita Persona 4. Never played any JRPGs. I'm not a big JRPG person. Definition: JRPGs are Japanese role-playing games for you non-otakus out there.
And you don't even like RPGs, man. Much less JRPGs.
I like action RPGs. I love Mass Effect because that had a lot of RPG elements. I like Diablo. And I liked...
well, now. You didn't like Diablo. I made you play that fucking game.
I was retarded on Diablo. Oh, my God. So I played it through and didn't understand what rare loot was or what gear to put on and whatnot. So I was just looking at one factor.
Well, Diablo is actually what most of the games today get their loot system from. That was the first game with real loot.
Exactly. So, and I had the wrong class. So I should have started with the fucking monk because the monk is badass. But anyway, so those are the games I'm playing. Also, I got to give a shout out to another 2D side scroller on the Vita.
Guacamelee.
Well, Guacamelee is awesome, but I was going to say Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is pretty fucking good too. It's an 8-bit frustration type of game that'll remind you of the old days of like Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah. Ghouls and Goblins.
Yeah, and Mega Man and those kind of games. Now, some of you are like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? We're talking about games from the mid-'80s.
Yeah, if you haven't played those games, fucking grow up.
Yeah, exactly.
Go play them.
Go on the internet and Google them.
Yeah, there's probably a ROM or emulator or some kind of bullshit online.
Mega Man would probably be the hardest game you ever play.
Oh, yeah. Which one are you talking about? Most of them are hard.
The first one.
I think Ghouls and Ghosts is pretty fucking hard. Actually, Contra with no life.
With no code?
I beat the first Contra with no code before, and that was like the best moment of my life up until that point.
That's impressive.
Then I figured out what girls were.
There you go. I would say for me, I beat Mike Tyson. No Game Genie.
Yeah,
in fucking Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Holy shit, did I do the fucking dance of joy.
Yeah.
I was only like 9 or 8. Mm-hmm. I whipped out my dick and just fucking slapped the world with it. It was so impressive.
I think the hardest game I ever played that I passed was Knight Rider on the NES.
Ooh. You could pass that game?
I didn't know
that game was
possible.
fucking hard as hell to pass.
I didn't know you could pass that game.
Yeah, you just pretty much just drive back to San Francisco. That's it. You just drive through. I was like, is that it? I was so let down. That's a horrible experience. Oh no, you fight Car at the end. You fight Car. And it was badass.
Well, this is the crazy thing about gaming when we were growing up is that there was no trophy. So when you beat the game, it was just like, oh yeah, I beat it. Let's go do something else.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, there was no save points in a lot of games. Yeah. So like when you die, you had to go back to the beginning and start all over.
Or they gave you some shitty code, or you just had to fucking beat the whole game in one goddamn sitting.
Yeah.
Or the other thing is, you had no internet or YouTube to tell you what the ending was going to be like. So one friend would lie in 3rd grade and say, oh, I beat that game. The ending is such and such per Kid Icarus. And everybody would just take him at his word.
Kid
and now,
badass too.
Oh yeah, I never beat that one. But I mean,
remember the music.
But you can't lie about that shit now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can find out. You can have spoilers online.
You could just go to the ending. You could just go on YouTube and see the ending. But who the fuck wants to do that?
Yeah, exactly. It takes half of the joy. But now, did we mention? Aren't you playing Bloodborne, or did you quit that?
I was playing Bloodborne. I got to get back into it. That game is really fucking hard, and it's frustrating. Because you can't really block, but I'm fine with dodging. But the amount of life that you think you have is total nonsense. Like they need to just change the way the health meter works. They should just say you have 1 or 2 hits left, and that's it. Then I'd be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking hard. But I'm gonna go back and play it. I gotta make time for it. I've been busy with stuff, Jiu-jitsu, man.
There you go. This guy is going for his fucking. What belt are you going for?
I'm still a white belt right now, but I'm probably getting my 4th stripe pretty soon. But I'm pretty good for a fucking white belt.
There you go.
But I would probably have my blue belt by now, but I fucked up my wrist. I tore a tendon in my wrist, and so I couldn't do jiu-jitsu like the way I normally do it for a long time. And so now when I do jiu-jitsu, I have to do it one-handed. So I have to actually literally tie my hand to my waist and try to strangle people and hurt them. And I do it actually quite frequently.
Yeah. So with jiu-jitsu, do the stripes, are they different degrees? Like, are you like 4th degree? White belt or some shit?
No, you can't say 4th degree. That just sounds ridiculous. Somebody's gonna laugh hearing that. They do jiu-jitsu. It's really like a subjective type rank structure. So in some classes, a white belt could be better than a lot of blue belts. So, but where I'm at, it's notoriously hard to get promoted, and I'm fine with that. So yeah, I mean, it's basically your instructor watches you, and like I don't have like a test. He just sees me doing well, thinks that I'm a blue belt material, and to promote me. So, but I have to wait.
You level up.
Yeah, level up.
You get a little glow going.
Yeah.
There you go. Got to build up that skill tree as well.
Yeah.
I wish life was like that. Like, you can level up and you get the little glow going.
Awesome shit. The other thing, I forgot to give my fucking definition. Okay, so we talked a little bit about trophy whoring, and that was my definition is just doing almost anything for a game to earn that trophy. You guys agree with that definition?
Yeah, that's the same definition I have.
Okay.
So.
Right.
I never knew it existed, so I'm going to say, yeah, go ahead.
There you go.
Yeah.
Put that on Urban Dictionary.
I don't give credit where credit's due. I mean, Xbox definitely started the achievement system first before PSN.
Yeah, but that shit's all retarded, though. Like, you get, like, the numbering system's all off. I think the bronze, gold, or bronze, silver, gold, platinum is a perfect system because everybody knows what the fuck those are.
Excellent.
Nobody knows what arbitrary numbers mean.
There you go.
Like, you got, 2,000 fucking gamer points, or whatever the fuck they call them. I don't get it. It's the same thing when they convert your U.S. money into like some weird fucking Xbox money. It's like,
the bits or whatever.
Yeah. I'm like, it's already just. Can you just have cash and just do that? I mean, what the fuck.
It'd be a whole lot fucking easier.
It's like you're taking my money that's good everywhere and making it only good for the Xbox.
Yeah. I will say this, another pet peeve I have with Xbox Live. Not that I'm ragging on them too fucking much, but I'm paying monthly for Xbox Live, right?
Yep.
Why in the fucking shit are there also goddamn commercials on there? You are fucking double dipping, Microsoft. So I fucking hate you.
That's not just Microsoft, though. So there's a lot of, like, Hulu Plus does that shit. I find that shit highly offensive.
It is offensive.
If I am paying you for a product, there should not be advertisements. That's how you're making your revenue, is from me paying you.
Yeah.
You by definition, you don't need advertisers to pay you because I'm paying you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why I don't fucking watch anything on Hulu.
Well, yeah, I didn't even know that about Hulu, but I mean, with Xbox, it's right there in your fucking face. I mean, yeah, you can scroll away, or if you're playing a game, they're not popping up. But it's just an ugly violation to have commercials on Xbox Live, and the fact that I'm paying a monthly subscription. But nobody else seems to be fucking pissed about that. I don't know why.
Well, I think it's because they grew up on it like that. It's just like when people they don't mind the advertisements on YouTube now, but when we were around. So when we were kids, there was no real fucking internet. So we watched this thing blossom into what it is now. And YouTube didn't used to have advertisements at all.
No.
And nobody really complains about that. And what gets me is like I'll watch a podcast on YouTube, and sometimes if I'll pause it and come back to it, they'll just throw an arbitrary fucking commercial into there. And it's like, no, how about just one at the beginning, one at the end?
Yeah.
I got that. But stop tossing shit in the middle of something that I'm watching, especially when it's in the middle of nowhere.
And please, fucking retards of the internet, stop watching cat videos. Just stop that.
No.
God damn.
If you like cats that much, we know you're lonely. So
yeah, exactly.
Make some human friends, you'll be all right.
Holy shit. Crazy cat lady.
Get some cats for yourself.
Holy shit, yeah. I will say this, too. I really am impressed, not to give a shout-out to another podcast, but we are fans of podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
But what were we listening to? It was the Joe Rogan podcast.
We almost broke the internet?
Yeah, we almost broke the internet. It was all talking about how much money you can make being a professional video gamer and how much money you can make on Twitch. Yeah. Holy shit.
So you will see us horn that shit out.
Yeah,
so.
If you want to subscribe or watch me play some fucking video games, by all fucking means,
But we'll still complain about you watching us play video games.
Yeah, exactly. We reserve the right to bitch. And there will be titties. They won't be our titties, but some titties will flash across the screen.
There cannot be titties.
Oh, there cannot be titties?
That is very anti-Twitch.
It's PG-13.
What if they're in a bra, but like a thinly veiled bra?
I don't know. I don't want to press the envelope there.
Really?
Well, if it's money, I mean, money's
money. Okay.
Right?
Right. But you will pay for my dick pics. $19.99 for my dick pics. There you go. Holy shit. What else is going on in the fucking world right now? We got all kinds of shit with I don't know, oh, you know what? Future's in. I never got into this. Sorry. Let me digress. Actually, no. Fuck Future's in. Fuck Future's in. We're done with that. Why don't we go to... Are you watching Arrow and Flash?
Yes.
Tell me about fucking Arrow.
Well, I'm not watching Arrow, but I am watching Flash.
All right, tell me about Flash. Tell me all because it seems epic.
Oh god, where can I start? So basically, what's going on in Flash is I'm not going to try to spoil anything, but the Flash is younger than he normally is. Like, he's still like fresh out of high school.
Like Superboy young?
Yeah, it's kind of like a play on Smallville.
Yeah.
Like he's not like a teenager, but he's like in his early 20s. So I mean, I guess he's fresh out of college.
Wait, was it? I didn't watch Smallville. Was that Superboy or was that Superman as a young man?
It was it was Clark growing up, so he never became Superman until the end.
Because I'm sure some people's ears started bleeding when I said Superboy right now.
Yeah, they're like, he was never Super. Well, I mean, they called him the Boy Scout. Like, that was his name. They never officially called him Superman. I watched all 11 seasons. I even started reading the comics after the show got canceled. Mm-hmm. They released season 11 on comic book, and I read good, all that. Huh? It was all right. It was good in the beginning, but then it started getting bad. But back to Flash. Yeah, with the Flash, like, it's just crazy. Like, they have his original characters in there, unlike the Arrow where he has Batman characters. Yeah. I'm not sure if you heard about that.
Yeah,
but
I did hear.
Yeah, so the Flash, like, there's like a love story in there. You know, it's him like learning about his abilities and like.
Is she hot though? I mean, I need her to be. Well, really hot.
She's black.
Really?
Yes, the Flash love interest is a black girl.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have that donk? Donk is ass, by the way.
I don't think they ever really showed her from behind, but I'm gonna assume she does because she's pretty thick.
That Sleepy Hollow chick has all
she kind of looks like her.
Ooh.
Yeah,
she's short, but she has ass.
She's
all kind of ass.
We got extra black on here, because it is blacker than black times infinity. Right, yeah, go ahead. But so it's awesome though.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, you know, the effects are awesome, and just it's kind of a little bit of a spoiler. The guy who plays Flash's dad is the guy who played the original Flash in the 80s.
I remember that show. That was actually a decent show. I haven't gone back and watched it. It probably sucks ass.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, like going back and watching He-Man.
Yeah. He-Man was extra gay, dude.
Yeah, it was. I was probably looking out straight.
That guy, Did I watch wearing pink and spandex?
Yeah. I remember I watched the first episode of He-Man recently.
There's anything wrong with that?
And there's this scene where the Tara, the girl, what's her name? Anyway, so she like runs away from the camera and then she runs back, and the way her armor is positioned, it looks like she has a penis. Whoa. Like, it has like it's like jingling too. It's like, what the hell did I just see?
There's a lot of dicks in Disney movies too. If you go back on the internet, they'll actually show them, like in Aladdin and shit. But I digress. So Flash is pretty good. I haven't started to watch it, but I tell you what I have been watching. When you talk about comics on TV, holy fuck, do I love Daredevil. Goddamn.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh, man.
Like,
we're not going to spoil shit, but you should have already finished it. And I'm actually still working my way through. I love Rosario Dawson on there. The Kingpin is epic. They have some brutal violence on there, which is what you want in a comic book movie or a comic book TV series. I think it's Marvel's best stuff because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. never really captured me.
Well, the Agents still got better.
It did?
Season 2, they got a little bit better.
It got better after the Avengers.
Yeah.
I think it was the Avengers.
It was Avengers or Winter Soldier?
Yeah. It was one of the two.
No, because Olsen died in Avengers, so it started after Avengers.
Yeah.
Because Olsen, like, I'm pretty sure if you saw the movies,
You talking about Coulson?
Coulson, yeah.
Okay. He said Olsen, like Luke
Olsen. But it picks up after Captain America. All right.
Right on.
But yeah, it's a great show, though. It's definitely worth trying to get back into it.
Well, let me ask you this, though, because, I mean, there's been a whole lot of controversy when it comes to Wonder Woman on the DC, going back to the DC Universe stuff. Gal Gadot is famously going to be portraying Wonder Woman in the Batman versus Superman movie.
It's going to be bad.
I'm a little nervous about this.
I am, too.
Well, the thing is, she's not...
She doesn't have Wonder Woman's body.
Well, yeah, and to say that she's not really that big, and that's not to say like her titties or her ass aren't that big. I mean, she's like as a person.
Not that there's anything wrong with big ass, big titties.
Yeah, but I don't want to sound like some sexist asshole. But she's not like a very big person.
Yeah,
and Wonder Woman is supposed to be a Amazon, right?
Strong.
So, yeah, like big and strong, like can kick a bunch of dudes' asses convincingly.
Yeah.
So
I think Wonder Woman's like 6'2" in the comic books. She's tall.
You know what
Big
I always
woman.
envisioned Wonder Woman looking like? Remember in the 90s, Xena with Lucy Lawless?
Oh, yeah.
She'd actually been perfect.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was always looking forward to, and I love Wonder Woman.
She actually makes a cameo in
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah. She plays an agent on there.
She was good in Battlestar Galactica, too. If you haven't seen Battlestar Galactica, I know it's been 10 fucking years, but if you haven't seen the remake of that show from the early 2000s with Edward James Olmos and Starbuck, what was her name?
Yeah, Kelly Stackhouse.
There you go.
Stackhouse. Something like that.
We could probably use the interwebs and correct that.
Well, in newer episodes after this one, I won't have the keyboard so goddamn close to my microphone so you can't hear me typing. So.
There you go. But it was an epic show. I loved it. Every season.
Actually, you know what I just I was watching when we were in Louisiana, is that they had Star Trek: The Next Generation on, and I forgot how fucking awesome that shit was.
Yeah.
Like, what was awful though is that seeing the Klingons, obviously in blackface, I was like, God, they look like they have fucking shoe polish on their faces, man. I was like, come on, they're white.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why don't they just have white Klingons? It would have made it way easier, right? But it was the one where Worf met his son Alexander.
Yeah.
And then I totally forgot about all that shit. And I was just like, damn. And
it's like watching it for the first time.
Yeah, I think I might actually go back and start watching the whole fucking series again.
I think that we need another Star Trek. There's not a whole lot of sci-fi on television right now, if you really think about it. I think they have... Did you get into... What's that show on TNT with the aliens and the shooters?
You're talking about... Falling Skies? Yeah.
I'd never hear a huge fan base talk about that one. At any of my cons, like WonderCon or San Diego Comic-Con, anybody's really...
But it's got a few seasons, though, so that's kind of surprising.
Somebody's watching it.
Somebody is watching it, but it doesn't have a dedicated hardcore fan base. And I'm struggling trying to think of other sci-fi shows that are really out right now. I mean, you have your horror ones. Like, I love The Strain. The Strain.
Stains in your drawers.
Yeah, exactly. Cum stains. But yeah, The Strain was really good. I think that's Guillermo del Toro doing that one, and I can't wait for them to return. But
a great sci-fi.
It's more horror, though.
Yeah, more horror for certain. And obviously, you have American Horror Story and Walking Dead. But
you guys keep talking. I'm going to reposition my mic, and so it might sound like shit for a second. Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I apologize.
Yeah, fuck it. We're live, but it doesn't matter.
Fuck it. I'll just do shit on
but yeah, so...
Well, I was going to say a great a great sci-fi show that was out was it Not Being Human, Almost Human? That was a great show.
Yeah. My other favorite one from a few years back was Stargate Universe. Now, I am not a motherfucker who loved Stargate Atlantis, although it had some good episodes, or the original Stargate TV series. But man, Stargate Universe, that was great. It was only 2 seasons. But I was really excited about where it was going to go. And, of course, they canceled it like fucking bitches. But that's all right. I mean, I just want more sci-fi to get back on television, live action sci-fi if possible. It'd be great going back to Image Comics if they could use some of the epic sci-fi stories that they're telling in there.
Remember, I think it was Showtime or HBO. They had the Max and Spawn, the animated series on there. Yeah. Those are fucking awesome.
Yeah. I made a reference to Max earlier this week.
Yeah.
That was a great show.
What are you guys watching with anime right now?
Well, you know me, I'm always watching. Well, Naruto's been on filler for goddamn ever again.
Dude, for reals, right?
Yeah, but tomorrow it's going to be back to the next story arc, so I'm very happy about that. I'm watching Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, which is awesome. You ever watched any of those?
No, I haven't watched any of those.
So it's a story about like they have this holy war every few years, and these wizards and sometimes regular people they get these legendary hero like avatars sort of summoned to them, and those sort of like avatars they fight for them, and whoever wins the Holy Grail, and they get granted a wish, whatever they want.
Now, is this Jiggly anime or is it fighting anime?
Jiggly, it's fighting anime. It's really good fighting.
Is this on Crunchyroll?
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll, and it's only second season. It's not very many episodes, so it's easy to get into.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Parasite, watch that. That's my recommendation for new anime from last season. That one's excellent. It's really fucking brutal.
Fan service?
No. There's no. You're talking about just titties and stuff, like jiggling?
Well, yeah. I mean, fan service.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. But it's brutal. I haven't watched any real jiggly animes in a while. I know you're watching Freezing.
Oh my god, Freezing is so good. And now here's what it does, and it's a little older. I mean, some of you real otakus have already finished it off, but the great thing about
when he says finish it off, you guys know what he meant.
Yeah, exactly. But the great thing about it is it's a combination of sci-fi, fighting, and just great big old titties. I mean, it's super jiggly, and it's just hot, and they got girls, and they're fighting, and I love it. And I could just put it on, and then go, do something else. Fold some laundry, vacuum, whatever the fuck. And it's on, and I look at the screen, and there is some fighting girls
I think it's awesome that he says it's just on when he's doing laundry, and he has kids in the house.
Yeah, well, when I'm home alone. Yeah.
What, CPS?
Ooh. Jesus. Yeah, Child Protective Services. Yeah. They're raised by wolves, my children. Yeah. That's all good, though. The other, I forgot to mention this. One of my all-time favorites when it comes to fan service and jiggliness. In anime, what was our show? Heaven's Lost Property. Holy shit. Let me do a goddamn PSA for Heaven's Lost Property. Here's the entire premise of the show. one little boy who's about 12, 13, something like that. Mm-hmm. He gets nosebleeds all the time. But here's the fucking kicker. Panties can't stay on. They literally fly off of every woman on the goddamn anime and fly away in a V formation in the goddamn sky. And when I say fly away, you're probably like, oh, that's weird. I don't understand. No, they fly off. They can't keep them on. There's an actual panty fucking robot on that goddamn anime. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. Super fan servicey, but funny. And I like my animes funny.
Super funny.
What else was good was Knights of Sedona, which Danny got me on.
Oh, yeah.
That anime's pretty good. So that actually leads me to... well, if you want to talk about it, go ahead. Talk about it real quick.
Well, I was just going to say, that was it has a little bit of a techno... Not techno, man, but Robotech theme to it.
With mechs?
Yeah.
Look at you with your unprofessional ass with your phone going off.
I'm bad.
My apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah, it was. Did you get to the part where he puts on the suit for the first time?
Yeah, well, I watched the whole thing.
Oh yeah, so that scene when he puts on the suit, it's like, wait, what the fuck? Like people are fucking like, so the suits like connects to them, so like if they have to go to the bathroom or anything, it kind of just.
But it's metal. It's a mech suit.
Well, no, they're like they're
like a mesh or something, but it's like a hard suit, sort of.
It's like the jumpsuit. It's a jumpsuit they wear, not the mech. It's a jumpsuit they wear to control the mech. But it goes through all of their orifices. So when the girls are pinning on, they're like, oh. I started laughing so fucking hard. It was so funny.
Yes.
So the funny thing about that is that, well, not that part in particular, but in the show, it's in the future, and it's at a point to where humans, they use photosynthesis as a main source of nutrition. Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking about that. I was talking to it, I think, with my buddy Tim, and I was talking about how if we evolved doing that, how fucked up the Earth would be, because we wouldn't have to eat anymore. And it'd be, well, if it'd be even an option to eat, it would be a moral issue to eat something because it's alive and you don't have to do it, right? Like we wouldn't need to eat any animals, even plants. It'd be a moral problem because it's fucking growing, right?
No more bacon.
Why would you need to, right? If you didn't have to sacrifice an animal's life or a plant's life, then why would you? So it'd be a moral problem for people.
Yeah.
Taking that into consideration, like, because with plants they also absorb like carbon dioxide and like pump out oxygen. So if we did that too, this world would be really, really rich in oxygen.
The entire climate would be changed.
Yeah, but I don't think like plants would be able to live in a oxygen-rich environment.
Well, even beyond that, it's well, we'd have to obviously reduce our numbers. But, but it's also so with the animals because we eat like a lot of animals on this planet.
Yes, we do.
And so if we didn't, and if we didn't want to kill them, we'd have to do something like Mass Effect, like a genophage for pretty much all the animals.
Yeah.
When I say genophage, it means basically we introduce some kind of virus into their ecosystem to where only a very small percentage of them can reproduce. Because if we didn't, then it like the ecosystem would be way out of balance. And we have to do the same thing with what Danny was talking about. Same thing with carbon dioxide and oxygen. It'd just be a really interesting. Somebody should do a fucking movie on this.
Yeah, no shit.
So,
but I will say this, going back to the genophage though, with Mass Effect, goddamn, did I fuck up that. I think I let everybody fucking die in that game. Goddamn. I played it 7-8 times. Everyone on the goddamn ship died. I couldn't save anybody. It really took me like learning how to play that game.
You had to learn morality. You're a fucking bad person.
I am. So I believe in
everyone, man.
I believe in chaotic evil in games, and that comes back to bite me. And I'm like, I didn't get the ending I wanted. But yeah. The other thing, I'm still rewatching again and again. I love Cosmos, and I'm so excited to have that Star Talk TV show coming on with Neil deGrasse Tyson. I met that motherfucker one time at WonderCon.
Did you
really?
Yeah, I fucking
you got a picture of
him. Yeah. He's so tall and badass.
Well, what's cool is that, one thing I don't like about Star Talk on the TV show is that he does an interview, and they only get a portion of the interview. So it's basically him commenting on a portion of interviews. It's really odd to me. So, like, he had Richard Dawkins on. And it's like, you guys could be talking about some really deep shit. I like that Richard Dawkins is an atheist, and Neil deGrasse Tyson, while he won't say it, he pretty much is an atheist. He's not an agnostic. But he doesn't. His stance is that he doesn't even want to get in a conversation with people because it's not important. For him, what's important is science. And I wish that sometimes that Richard Dawkins would take that same approach. Well, I do like him being like a kind of like a front runner for atheism and really challenging religious experience or religion in general. If you put more of his energy into science instead of arguing with people, I think that'd be better served. Because at the end of the day, you can't argue faith, right? It's something that you really can't argue.
Well, you can't argue it, although he wrote one of the most brilliant books that changed my life. It was called The God Delusion. It was from like a decade ago. And while, yes, you can't quote-unquote argue faith, you can certainly demonstrate in... we got background noise with fucking dogs. Sorry about that, you guys. You can certainly argue the probability that, a God, in terms of the way we think about the Western monotheistic God... whether that exists or not. And that's what he really breaks down in some of his books.
Well, his books are fantastic, but what I'm talking about is him actively going out and challenging people's religions.
Yeah.
How much energy is he wasting in doing that? I haven't heard of anybody who's talked to Richard Dawkins and quote-unquote converted to atheism. Yeah. It's not going to happen, especially the way that he goes about it. And I love the guy. He's an awesome guy. I think he's actually a really good voice for atheism, but at the same time, it's like, why are you going to waste your energy on something like that?
Yeah, I don't think he sees it. I hear where you're coming from. I don't think he sees it as a completely lost cause. But you're right. You almost never hear about someone saying, almost never, but I grew up in a Christian household.
Well, so just so everybody knows, me and Prodigy, we went to we're actually cousins.
Yeah.
And we spent most of our time actually in church together.
Yeah, exactly.
So we grew up Christians, but obviously, I mean, we're not Christians now, so.
Yeah. And here's my other thing, though. I will say, it actually doesn't offend or bother me to have friends that are Christian or Muslim or Jewish.
Yeah. Not at all.
There's no discrimination, from me.
Just don't try to convert me.
Yeah, don't try to convert me. And no, I'm not going to believe in your God, but I'm okay with you believing in your God.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as it doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Now, once it does start to affect me, that's where I do have a problem. Like the way you try to, say, pass laws or something like that are based on religion, that's not a problem. It should be based on reality and moralities, not a book that was written a very long time ago.
Now, don't get it twisted. We will still eat the shit out of your babies.
I like a medium rare, by the way.
Exactly.
I like mine with
There
flama beans.
There you go.
Well, Danny, you still have some faith, right?
I have a little bit of faith, but it's mostly just because of my upbringing. Like I don't like quoting God and Jesus and all that stuff. Like I need proof, so I'm more on the science side. I'm more spiritual than I am Christian.
So you're more like on the agnostic side.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
I don't even like saying that I'm really an atheist, because I know now that the term has such a negative connotation.
Oh, they will strung you up.
Yeah, it's just so weird to me. It's just I don't really care. I don't believe, and I don't really care to believe. I don't need somebody to really tell me one way or the other, So I've read the Bible. I'm not interested in anything like that. And to have somebody say that I have to be some other label, it's kind of ridiculous to me. So,
well, you know what's funny to me? I like some of the ridiculous stories from the Bible.
Yeah,
they're fun. I look at them as kind of like comic books that have their own set of morality sometimes. Some of it's fucked up. The stance on women, the stance on children, especially in the Old Testament, that people like to ignore is just atrocious.
And butt stuff.
Yeah, butt stuff. And, shellfish, and wearing clothing that has a couple different threads, fabric or whatever, working on Sunday. Who the fuck knows?
Clashing?
Yeah.
Fashion tips in the Bible?
Here's the thing. There was some Bronze Age shit going on that was specific to that Middle Eastern region, and it was super duper cultural, but I still like some of the fucking stories.
Well, some of them are cool. Like when you read, I think it's Revelations with the Pale Rider and stuff like that. That's pretty cool when you look at it from like a non-historical perspective.
Yeah.
It's like, so I love Greek mythology. So I go by Cronus, the god of time. But I look at them as stories. I don't look at them as historical fact. And if you look at them like that, if you can remove that from there, you can get some cool stories out of there. However, if you read the Bible as even as stories, some of them are it's not very well written in my opinion. Some of the stories you can kind of...
It was written by hundreds of different people. That's the thing.
Over time.
To me, it's kind of hard. It's hard to follow, but there are some cool stories in there.
Yeah, and here's the thing: we don't want any of you guys to get the impression that we're trying to bash what the fuck you believe. Believe whatever the fuck you want to. We're just,
as long as it doesn't hurt anybody.
I
said as long as you don't believe in something that hurts somebody. Then
exactly. Well, I do believe in Cthulhu. Will drive your ass mad. Get them tentacles on your ass. You know what I mean?
We got on that conversation kind of awkward.
Awkward. It's just kind of free flowing. You know what I mean? We're going to touch on all kinds of topics. I will say this though, to do a brief segue. One of our later podcasts, we're definitely going to do some live tweeting and respond to some of your internet fucking questions while we're on the air. Yes, that is dangerous because we're going to hear a lot of N-words and the F-bomb is going to be thrown a whole lot more frequently, but that's okay.
You know what you should also do is get a Google Voice account so people can call in, like leave voicemails.
It's in the works.
Yeah. And then have it play. That'd be kind of cool.
Because there is a guy called Hobby that wants to do Hobby's Titties and Cheese Hour.
Oh.
And what if it's going to be an hour? Because this podcast is only an hour, but whatever.
Well, I think we're actually over an hour now.
How is that going to consist? Of titties and cheese?
I have no idea, but the motherfucker says that he can talk for a full hour all about titties and cheese.
Wait, hold on. That's something that makes me think of. I wonder if girls get like under tit cheese, like men get fucking under nut cheese.
Yeah, you guys have heard of bat wings, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna confession time. So literally just a month ago, I had the snip, aka the vasectomy. Holy fucking shit, man. That was painful as fuck.
Oh, it was?
It was painful for only 10 to 15 seconds on each side, but the motherfucker did not use enough anesthesia.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, boy.
You say you got big balls. You need some more.
Yeah. So it took a while, but my balls are fucking heavier now. You know?
Because they're
heavier. It's a weird sensation.
They're full of sperm now with nowhere to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing, man.
They gave him a detour running back into the
it's a real mental fuck as a man. Now my nuts cannot produce kids.
Well, they still can. They just got to reconnect everything, right? They can reverse them.
Yeah, they can reverse them. Although the probability is something like 40% success rate. If they do the operation, it's never covered by insurance, and it costs like $10,000 fucking dollars. So nobody ever fucking does it.
I've known people like that.
A few.
I know a person who done it.
Really?
The reverse. Yeah.
That's why I'm waiting. There's a procedure called it's a thing called vasogel, which is actually way easier. That all they do
on
is
your vag.
Vas deferens.
Oh, vas.
Yeah.
I don't know human anatomy, y'all.
Yeah. No, so literally they inject. It's almost like a glue in your. I think it's your vas deferens. I'm pretty sure, and it stops. Basically, no sperm can get out.
But they inject your nuts, though.
Well, yeah, it's the tube that goes from your nuts to your dick.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's like a glue that goes in there, and it's good for I think 10 to 15 years.
Holy
it's only one shot.
Ooh.
So or maybe it's two.
This is in Europe or some shit, or Japan?
Well, they're testing it here now, but yeah, it started off in Europe or Japan or some shit like that.
That's good
and it's actually in the Middle East too, and it's really promising. It's pretty safe as far as I've seen. So as soon as they approve it here, I'm probably gonna get that done.
Nice. What about you? You still going raw in there?
Danny, do you like your balls?
Yeah.
Like your balls?
I do like my balls.
There you go.
I go deep.
Balls deep. Balls deep.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, balls deep.
Balls deep.
Holy fucking shit. It feels like we have touched on all kinds of fucking topics.
I feel like it's been a few minutes.
Yeah. This has been super fun. Any final thoughts from anybody?
No, we can save stuff for next time. We got a bunch of stuff. Obviously, we still want to say. But.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, I think we should talk about like what do we plan on doing with this podcast for those listening out there? Like,
we are going to bounce all over the place, but it's going to be about anime, comics, video games,
titties,
and that ass.
Well, we're going to have some special guests on and some other topics as well. Like I know I want to get a friend of mine on who's actually he works in a corrections facility.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that'll be interesting to talk to him to see what it's like.
I'll get some of his stories.
Yeah. Obviously, we're not going to have the guy use his real name to protect him and his family. But I want people to understand kind of semi-unedited. Obviously, you can't talk about everything to see what it's like. And I'm a huge jiu-jitsu guy, so you're going to hear a lot about that shit. I mean, it's just going to happen. So
yeah, deal with it, internet. Deal with it.
If you don't like it, fuck off. I'll strangle you.
There you go. I also want to truly get into some of the more danker things. You know, dank is a big theme in my life. So there you go.
You don't even smoke pot, though. I don't understand why you use the word dank so much.
But it's because my life is dank. I do need to smoke more pot. We do need to do a high episode. Oh, you know what I mean?
That would be interesting.
We could do a drunk episode.
Yeah.
So I do want to do a drunk cast.
Drunk as fuck.
And that can be user generated shit too. Like,
ooh, yeah.
Basically, I want to have something where we can find some key phrases that we have, but the internet doesn't. Yeah. And if you tweet us random shit, and you get one of those phrases or words, then we'll just start drinking.
And it's not going to always be a fucking sausage fest. We're going to have some girls on here with some good interviews. Ladies! Yeah. We did borrow that from Bill Burr.
Ladies!
Yeah. Actually, we had a really cool friend of a friend from Louisiana that was going to tell her story growing up in the South.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Lesbian woman, encountering all kinds of discrimination and hatred, and she has an interesting story to tell. So we want her to really share that with you guys. We thought it was fascinating, and we love interviewing people. So
yeah, it's gonna be great.
We got a lot of good things to look forward to. But for now, this is our debut. It's podcast 00. Again, this is Blacker Than Black times infinity. And this is going to be how it goes down. So check us on Facebook, check us on Twitter, check us on Instagram or the interwebs. We'll definitely be on Twitch. All of that is coming.
Well, you know what's funny about everything that he said is that obviously we can't give to you what all the addresses are because we don't have it yet.
Yeah, but they're coming, motherfuckers. Yeah, be patient.
This is podcast 0. Wait till 1 or 2, 3, 4 before you decide to get all that together.
Obviously, by the name and by our voices, if you can't tell, we're fucking black.
Yep.
So we're a little.
But give us feedback and don't use so much N-word, though. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because you
try to be
know,
respectful.
Some of us, we might fucking find you.
Yeah, exactly.
You could get fucked up.
Exactly.
Some of us have skills. Yeah. We'll find you.
Thank you all. And this is Cthulhu's Prodigy for Blue and Kronos.
Click subscribe.
Yep. Take it easy.
Peace.